joining me. This is so nice to have a Zoom room full of kids who are the youngest kids in your family. So I have a couple of questions leading up to the Passover Seder, because as you know, on Pesach, each of you is going to be asked to do something really special and sing the Ma Nishtana. So I want to know from you, what is it like being the youngest? And my first question is, what's the best thing about it? Go ahead, Abe. What do you think is the best thing?
You're allowed to do whatever you want. Kind of.
You're kind of allowed to do whatever you want because you're like, oh, I'm the youngest. You get away with
Yeah.
stuff. Is that what you're saying?
You can't kill your dog.
No,
Yeah,
that's
you can't
true.
do that.
You can't get away with everything. Russell, what would you say is a good thing about being the youngest?
You can reach a hockey stick.
You can reach your hockey stick, which is really low down. And you're low down because you're smaller.
Yeah.
Hadar, what would you say is a good thing about being the youngest?
I think something good about being the youngest is that, like, you usually have a lot of attention.
Okay, so I want to know now, what is a bad thing? What's a hard thing about being the youngest? Who wants to go first? Russell, you go first. What is something that's not good about being the youngest?
My sister sometimes acts like I'm so cute, and she also sometimes acts like I'm a stuffed animal. So sometimes she hugs my head.
Okay, so you don't always like the way your sister acts towards you? Maybe?
Yeah, a little too much.
A little too much. Okay, so Russell, you have an older sister. Let's go to the others. And Hadar, you have two older sisters.
Yeah.
What would you say is something that's bad about being the youngest?
You have to, like, learn things last. Like, you want to get some things out of the way that'll be annoying to learn because your sisters tell you what's coming up, but you don't want to do those things. You just want to skip ahead. You don't want to be older.
So you get to hear from your older sisters what's coming up next, and it kind of feels like you just want to skip to that.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Abe? What's something that you think is hard about being the youngest?
My sister and my brother always annoys me.
Your older sister and older brother annoy you when you're playing. Yeah,
when I'm playing on my screen.
Older siblings don't always get it, do they?
Yeah, they don't get it at all.
Okay, I have one last question for all three of you. I'm curious whether you really love saying the Ma Nishtana or not. So Abe is saying yes. Russell, Hadar, you're going sideways? Like, what does that mean? Both? Why?
Yes,
Hadar?
Because, like you have to do it no matter what, and sometimes it could be, like, annoying. But, like, the good thing is that you get to do it. If you were the oldest, then you wouldn't get to do it. If you were the middle, you wouldn't get to do it, no matter what. But
it's a privilege.
Yeah, it's privilege.
Russell, how do you feel about the Ma Nishtana?
Actually, it's like medium because, like, I like it in one way and I don't like it in the other. The good part is, like, when you get it done, everybody starts to think that you're the specialist one in the room. But then when you're also, it's kind of hard because if you're at my age, you would have, like, a lot of practice because you would only done it a few times every year.
So there's a lot of pressure when you're saying the Ma Nishtana. But at the end of it, everyone's going to hug you and love you and think you're the most special one in the room. Well, you know what, guys? All three of you are the most special ones in my Zoom room. So I want to say thank you. Toda rabah. And thank you for talking to us at the Shar about Passover and about being the youngest. And Chag Sameach. Can you wave goodbye?